Good evening and welcome to the Childsy and Persico show, brought to you by Wide Upper Bush, live on Facebook. My name's Anton Persico and I feel a little bit like Garth off Wayne's World at the moment when Wayne didn't turn up to the show Wayne's World because Childsy has done a no-show on me today. I'm sitting here all alone. I don't know, he hasn't answered my calls, but what I have done for all you viewers at home, all you Mark Childs fans, I have brought along the Mark Childs signature triple chin face mask. So if you are starting to miss Childsy a little bit, just put it in there in the comments below and I'll hold it up and we'll have a little chat with Childsy. So how are you today, Childsy? Oh, good, Persico. Great. How was the game this weekend? Oh, it was really good. I really enjoyed James George's kick. Anyway, that's enough from Childsy at the moment. The show must go on. I want to congratulate every single person involved in the Wide Upper Bush rugby competition this year. The senior competition was absolutely fantastic, and either way that result went on Saturday, you could have flipped a coin, but the whole season was just so tight and really well played for. And I'm going to come back on this shortly, and we're going to talk. I'm going to talk about some of the players that really stood out in that final, because there were a few of them. But moving on to the next thing, I want to go through some results of the first 15 competition. Yesterday, the semi-finals were played, and Makota beat Wide Upper College in their match, so they've gone through to the final. And also Rathkill, they beat Kiranui College out there at Rathkill in a really tight-fought match. Now, I've got a little bit of involvement with this Kiranui side, and they really did play well. They're a very young side, and really looking forward to them getting out there. They're growing as a team next year and coming back. So I want to give a shout out to Khan Kahui. He's a player to watch out for next year. And oh no, he's showing up.
Good afternoon.
How are you, Childsy?
Well, evening, sorry. Yeah.
You're late.
Yeah, look, rugby season's over. I've just been doing a bit of real estate. Apologies, everyone. Let's talk about Kiranui. College of my heart, Tato Katoa.
Okay, let's talk about Kiranui. But first of all, congratulations to Makota and Rathkill for making that final. You stunned me a little bit, Childsy. I thought I was having this show on my own here, so I've got no notes ready for you.
Wow, that'd be a disaster.
That'd be a disaster. And also, so congratulations to those two sides. But I do want to give a shout out to Kiranui. They're a young side, and I reckon they're going to bounce back next year. And Nico Love, Mr. Lover, our big prop. Mate, I'm going to get you fit next year, and you're going to come out firing for this Kiranui side.
Mr.
So,
lover.
Childsy, I don't know where to go with you. How have you been? You've been avoiding my calls.
Look, it's been a trying week, Persico. Very trying week indeed. Every morning I wake up, it gets worse. But look, you just have to take it on the chin, the old Johnny chin. And
Childsy's got three of them to take it on.
I'm just look, all the viewers out here. Every morning I've woken up, I've taken on one of the chins. But you just have to take it on the chin and appreciate it for what it was.
All right, so we've got the finals of the first 15 competition next week. We also have 4 more weeks of JAB rugby, which is really exciting. Now, I've got actually one of my little friends on the show from out of Martinborough. Her name is Jada Page. She plays for the Martinborough JAB under-13s. Jada, how are you today?
Good, Persico. How are you?
I'm really good. Hey, thank you so much for coming on the show. Now, I want you to tell us, now you're a girl and you play in the boys competition. I hear you beat them up every week. Can you tell us a little bit about your Can you tell us a little bit about your team and what you get up to out there?
Well, I play as a hooker in the team. I basically run the boys, like to call it. I do a lot of things with them. They're like my best friends. I'm out there with them all the time, playing rugby at school, playing ball rush. Yeah, it's pretty fun.
Cool. Now, how many tries have you scored this year?
I've got 1 this year. It's pretty hard getting the ball when you have a lot of ball hogs in your team.
Childsy was one of them too. Paddy Gluck as well.
Paddy Gluck. You need a lot of Gluck when you want to win the final.
All right. And how's your team going this year? You're winning, you're losing?
We're actually coming second, tied with Marist on the leaderboard.
Of course. Now, look, hey, you'll probably get to that final and just miss. But anyway, keep your chin up.
Jada, question. Ball rush in the playing fields at school. That's awesome. We used to play that back in our day. It's good to see it being brought back in. Is that something the teachers are allowing?
Not really. We just do what we want. Play the game. If we get caught, then we get caught.
That's awesome. We used to do the same thing. The teacher used to take the rugby ball off us at lunchtime. We weren't allowed to play ball rush. We ended up playing with a whole lot of socks rolled up in a ball.
That's right.
No one can stop rugby from going on, right, Childsy?
Until someone broke an arm and then it was like, oh, that's all over for 3 months.
So, now apparently I've been told that you can do something special. You can do the floss.
Oh, yep. I'm pretty good at the floss, if you ask me.
Right. Now, can you get up, right, and get up front? All right, make some noise first so the camera changes to you, Jada. Make some noise first.
Hi. I don't know what to say.
Keep going.
I don't know what to say. Hopefully. Oh, there it is. Did I get on the first screen? Oh. Yeah. No, Persico, you're doing it wrong.
Childsy, you do the floss.
No, you can't do it, Childsy.
Okay. All right, over go. Here we go.
That's terrible. That's terrible. That's Unco. Thank God you got a big mouth.
Hey, Jada, thank you so much. Thank you so much for coming on the show. You can stick around and keep listening here. We'll have a little chat with you at the end of it. Our friends at McDonald's are going to send you out a little gift pack for coming on. So thank you so much and good luck with the rest of your season, yeah? And keep doing the floss.
Thank you so much.
Cool. Yeah. So now we're going to just, Childsy, I'm going to leave the notes here so we know what we're actually talking about. Now, some positives out of this year. I believe the live stream that White Upper Bush put together got some great results, yeah?
It did. The final, well, on the White Upper Bush Facebook page, there were 10,600 views of that grand final.
13,000.
Well, that includes the rest of it, though, doesn't it?
Yep.
Yeah. So 13,000 in total.
Yes.
Once everyone shared the final, of course.
Yep.
So 13,000 viewers. I received messages before and after the game from Europe, from Ireland, from England, from people that I know. So, you know, you just got to tip your hat to the union and Tony Hargood for coming up with this idea to live stream, and Toby Mills for putting it on. It was certainly something that was very, very well watched and quite incredible, really. Yeah,
and we were going to have Brent Gear on the show today, but we had a bit of technical difficulties getting him on. But very big shout out to Brent. He did an awesome job in the commentary box. Joe Harwood, Tony Lightfoot, I thought was incredible with the commentary, and the sideline commentator as well, whoever he was. That seemed to chime in really well as well.
Well, that's where I felt the actual quality of the show and the coverage actually fell apart.
It seemed to be very biased, didn't it?
Well, look, you know, when you're hugging your captain after the game and the Greytown coach walks past, very solemn feeling.
No, but that was really awesome, and I believe White Upper Bush are doing their best to try and get some of their future White Upper Bush games over the next few weeks happening, but stay posted to the White Upper Bush Facebook page for more information on that. Childsy, we're going to go through some of the players who stood out in the final. So, and I do have two Greytown players that I do want to mention. I believe Tavita Isaac had an outstanding game. First half, he just ran rampant of this, and we've got a little bit of video here. While we talk, we're going to play it. So let's have a look at some of Tavita Isaac's runs here because they were pretty incredible. Childsy, anything to add to Tavita's game?
Oh, I just think he carried early and then got into the wider channels, and we managed to get a bit of ball to him to show off his footwork, not only on the field but on the dance floor. Tavita's pretty mean. Yeah, look, he's been around. Obviously, he's a life member. He's played in big games before, and you can see behind me, you know, a couple of 40, 50-metre runs to really get us going forward.
This run was epic and led to a try over in the far corner as well.
Yeah, this is something we've been working on with forwards and backs all season. Started from Kingy catching the kick-off, and we spread it wide through Lewis Bush and Regan Pope. to get it back to Tavita, and then it went wide to Chris Hemme from there, and we scored in the corner.
I believe Tavita at this stage of the game, which was half-time, told me to get the alpaca ready for him. Tavita, just a quick reminder to you, you actually owe me the alpaca now, so I'm still waiting for it, and the name of this alpaca is going to be D2, because the first gift I got from you was a sheep that I called Dooley, so this one's going to be Dooley too. All right, we're going to move on. I believe Chris Hemme was a standout for me as well. Chris, every time he got hold of the ball, he carried 2 or 3 tacklers with him and got some really good go forward for Greytown.
Yeah, Chris had a big first half. Unfortunately, he went off with a leg injury in the second half, which was just one of those things that happens in a final. Turn your phone off, Persico, for Christ's sake. Bless the Lord Mother of Jesus to Maris. But yeah, Chris, had a mighty first half. It was just unfortunate he went off in the second half, which actually did affect the team. But
great try there in the corner as well.
Yeah, running in those wide channels, which we've had in place for most of the season.
And scrummaged very well, as you can see, a massive scrum on defence there for the Greytown side. Now, next player, Raniana Pedersen.
Ranietta.
Out of control.
Yeah, busted up Maris in the first half. Every time he touched the ball, with his footwork, with his vision, as you can see, stepping there, fending. Really didn't see his defensive qualities too much in that game. He is well renowned for putting in the big hits, but his attack game really came to the fore, and he kicked some beautiful goals as well. He had an amazing first half. Second half, we just got shut out of the game.
You just didn't get the ball, did you?
No, we
free up those backs.
Didn't get enough ball to free up guys like this. But a real player of the future, a real talent.
Yeah, and look, one of the standouts for me was Tougher, and you'll see some video of him come up shortly. I thought he cleared the line well. His defence was incredible. But just back to this, what a great try that was. This was the first try of the second half.
Yeah, just after half time, a big turning point in the match, I believe. Just straight after that, I feel we got a lot of complacency kicked in.
I thought that's when
Golson coming down the sideline. Tougher managed to get him in the corner. That was another key moment.
And I thought that's where Greytown had closed that game out with that try early in the second half.
Tougher, like he came through and covered up a couple of times in that match, and really saved Marist at the back there. So he had a very, very good all-round game. I'm most impressed with him.
Yeah.
He makes the right decisions. He's got a very good kicking game. Really cool hit at the back there for Maris.
And you see that there, he's under a lot of pressure, but he holds them out, and his defence was just absolutely incredible, and also clearing kicks and also pushing off that first defender each time. Scored a great try set up there by Paddy Gluck, but you're going to see it come up. Well, this is another massive clearing kick here from Tougher, and just got Maris out of trouble when they were in trouble. And I think a play that you're about to see come up from Tougher after this one was that tackle that he made on Nick Olsen. If Nick had scored this try, that was the end of the game.
Pretty much, we would have sealed the game off then. Yeah. But they're those key moments in a final.
But
you got to have a lot of Gluck to win a final.
You got to bring your own Gluck. Right, Paddy Gluck, what an outstanding game. These are first half highlights from Paddy Gluck, and for a team that was, 22...
27-12 at half time. And
27-12 at half time, this is still first half highlights of Paddy Gluck just carving up. Unfortunately, that was slightly forward, that pass, but look at this run.
There were danger signs here in the first half of what Paddy was doing to us. He's running through 4 or 5 quality defenders who know how to tackle, just sort of ghosting through the line there. I think he's an underrated player. I think teams take him lightly, and I feel we did that again on Saturday. I think.
And what I like here is when he scores, he gives Childsy a big steer.
He gave me the steer.
I love it, Paddy.
Look, I just had to tip my hat. I had nothing. You can't say anything in that situation.
And look, we're only on to second half highlights of Paddy Gluck here. The highlight reel for Paddy goes for 3.5 minutes, where any other player goes for a minute. He set Tougher up here for a try. And he just continues, slick backline move here from Maris. But Paddy had the game of his season, and I believe that the Wide Upper Bush selectors are going to give Paddy a call at some stage during this season to get into that squad, because he was very unlucky not to make it. He even made a tackle. Look at that.
He made a couple of tackles in the game. And look, you have to, if you're listening, Joe Harwood, watching that performance, you'd have to have him in the squad.
For sure.
He's, as I say, he's an underrated player, but based on that performance in a big game under pressure, he pulled through big time.
That's right. 2 tries as well. But also another one for me, which we don't have the footage on, was Ala Malatai. He's a young kid just out of Waikato. and he's got a massive future ahead of him. He played a really good game, probably some of the best box kicks I've seen this season.
Alamalaitai's service from halfback, and Hamish Merrick's service was great too for Greytown during that match. Alamalatai did a couple of really good box kicks, which created a bit of pressure at the back there for Greytown. So, very, very good young player.
All right, now I want to show you this guy, because this guy is pretty epic, and it couldn't have happened to a better bloke. James Goodger's put so much into the community, but also into Wide Upper Bush Rugby, and to do what he did when he came on and to get that result, Childsy, I thought it brought a tear to my eye. I think even in the final interview, I told him I loved him. But what we're going to do, we're going to stop talking here, and we're actually going to put the sound up. Me and Childsy are just going to watch this together, because we actually haven't watched it together, have we, Childsy? We haven't sat together and watched the final few minutes.
I've watched this about
sideline from Marist as well.
Oh, James Goodger, he is outstanding at that facet.
Ali Payne down
one.
Oh, well done, Ryan. Huge scrum, young man. And
Eddie on the ball.
Entry into
Do not celebrate too early, Marist.
Goodger!
Oh, cometh the hour, cometh the man. James Goodger.
It's come down to this. He has taken the shot at goal.
Oh,
look at Paddy.
Absolutely. Gosh, James Goodger, that was amazing. Absolutely nothing happening. Gets into beautiful position.
Let's go sideline Anton Persico. I think he's got his hand over his eyes at the moment. Anton, what are you thinking?
Oh, I'm hiding in the little box here. I can't watch. James Goodger all over the ball. What a steal. He's an absolute legend, but now he has to finish it off. I can't watch. Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Blessed art thou amongst women, and blessed is the fruit of thy womb, Jesus. Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for us sinners now at the hour of our death. Amen. Really? Goodger was never going to miss
this.
This
is huge. James Goodger taking his time, taking in some deep breaths here.
If
he gets it, they win. If he doesn't, Greytown wins. Yep, that's it. It's exactly right, Kieran. It's as simple as that.
Come on,
Goodger taking his time. He comes in. He hits it. It looks good. It looks very good.
Give a kiss, Joey.
Tony. 2002 was the last time they won it. James Goodger is now the hero of the green and white.
Epic.
Players are on the ground. They cannot believe it.
Epic. Absolutely epic. Childsy, take it over from here. I'm done.
Oh, look, we're talking about a Saturday night, even in Greytown, that James Goodger, I just feel the rugby gods were with him and with your team. That's, the kick that only Peterson made in the second half, it just half a revolution. It rolled dead in goal, 80 metres back. If that ball had stayed there, the game was closed off.
It's what happens when you have the
rugby gods
on his side.
The Lord was with Marist. But what a fitting tribute to a great player in James Goodger, who's been an awesome servant for not only Marist but Wide Upper Bush Rugby over the years. As I said to my boys at the start of the season, it's really hard to win a championship. But I think thoroughly deserved by Marist, and what a way to send him out if this is his swan song. He's an absolute gentleman, as I said, a great guy, and he deserved it. But I will say to Tom Campbell, the number 19 for Marist, Tom, if you're listening, you should never, ever have to pay for another shandy at your club rooms again.
Right,
you single-handedly changed the law of the breakdown. With your not a normal north-south entry, you've swapped the gate over to an east-west entry.
Marist.
Tom Campbell, you deserve to never pay for a drink in your life, my friend.
And you won't be tomorrow, Tom, because I'm coming to the Marist Club rooms for the prize giving tomorrow night. It's going to be an awesome night, and drinks are on me for you, Tom, Goodgie, and also Paddy Gluck. They are shandies, and you only allowed 2 because of the What About You campaign. It's about looking after your mates.
And saying that, Persico, he hasn't given me too much crap this week. You have been looking after your mate. You haven't rubbed it in. And I think Marist were actually, every team celebrates a win by all means, but very humble in victory. And I hope to say the Greytown boys were gracious in defeat, and everyone had a hug and a shandy after the game. So that's what it's all about.
Now, Jada, do you want to say hello to any of your mates in your team before we quickly go?
No, not really.
Oh. Thanks, Jada. Hey, now we're going to wrap this up. This is the last show for us for obviously the club season, because there's no more club rugby. We have got a King Country special when Wide Upper Bush take on King Country on the 26th. Me and Childsy will be doing that. But what I want to say is thank you to everyone that supported the show this year. We're going to come back next year, and it's going to be. We've got some massive plans to make it bigger and better. This year, we've given out $4,000 in cash prizes for the Pick the Score competition. We had about 300 cheeseburgers vouchers to give away. We probably gave away about 150, and Childsy ate the rest. But thank you very much, McDonald's.
Like the Maccas.
You guys have been awesome. Hopefully, we can get you on next year as well.
Not according to Tony.
But and we'll try for some
Look
more.
after your mates, look after your belly.
And we'll try for some more pie companies. And so if you own a pie company or a food outlet, give us a call to be a sponsor next year, because we'd love to have you on board.
We love the pies.
But none of this would have happened if it wasn't for all you guys' support. So thank you for watching, and enjoy your weekend, and we'll see you really soon.
Yana.